Join us on Patreon and become part of our journey to uncover history's untold stories. Your support helps us create in-depth content, bring hidden narratives to life, and keep history alive for everyone.
The lush and mist-covered jungles of Mesoamerica hold many secrets. Beneath the green canopy, time has cloaked the traces of one of the most remarkable yet largely forgotten ancient civilizations, the Olmec. Before the towering pyramids of the Maya and the imposing temples of the Aztec, the Olmec flourished as the earliest known complex society of Mesoamerica. Their legacy lies scattered across the swamps, forests, and river valleys of the Gulf Coast of Mexico, and while their monuments remain silent, they tell stories of a people who laid the cultural and spiritual foundations for the civilizations that followed. The Olmec were a society of visionaries and artisans who crafted colossal stone heads that stare enigmatically across the centuries. They were a people who developed early forms of writing, constructed ceremonial centers, and created intricate jade artifacts that whisper of a profound connection to their gods and the cosmos. Yet, their name is seldom spoken in the same breath as the Maya or the Aztec. How did this pioneering culture fade into the shadows of history, and why do we know so little about them today? The answers lie buried beneath the sands of time and within the fragments of their material culture. To explore the forgotten history of the Olmec civilization is to embark on a journey through mystery and marvel. Theirs is a story that challenges our understanding of human development in the ancient Americas. It is a story that reminds us of the fragility of legacy and the silent power of memory. Through their art, religion, and technological achievements, the Olmec revealed a sophistication that defied the limitations of their time. Who were these enigmatic people? How did they live, worship, and shape their world? And what happened to them? These questions form the heart of the Olmec mystery, a mystery that has captivated archaeologists and historians for over a century. In this exploration of the Olmec civilization, we will uncover the history of a culture that was both innovative and enigmatic. We will piece together the clues left behind: the colossal heads, the jade masks, the ceremonial complexes, and the enduring myths that survive in whispers across Mexico. By looking closely at the Olmec world, we can begin to appreciate the profound role they played as the mother culture of Mesoamerica, a civilization that sowed the seeds for the empires that followed. It is a tale of human ingenuity, spiritual devotion, and the relentless march of time, which ultimately consigned the Olmec to obscurity. Yet, by rediscovering their story, we bring their voices back to life. The story of the Olmec begins around 1600 BCE, a time when small communities in the river valleys of the Gulf Coast of Mexico began to grow into organized societies. These early settlements, nestled in what is now the Mexican states of Veracruz and Tabasco, lay along the fertile plains nourished by rivers such as the Coatzacoalcos, Tonala, and Grijalva. The Olmec's environment was lush but challenging, swamps and lowlands prone to flooding, yet teeming with life. This unique landscape would play a significant role in shaping the Olmec civilization's way of life. At first glance, the Olmec seemed to emerge out of nowhere. Unlike later Mesoamerican cultures such as the Maya or the Aztec, who left behind extensive written records, the Olmec have been described as a culture shrouded in mystery. The name Olmec itself is not what they call themselves. It is a term derived from the Aztec language Nahuatl, meaning rubber people, a reference to the natural rubber extracted from the region's trees. Despite their enigmatic origins, the Olmec achieved a level of cultural sophistication that marked them as innovators and pioneers of their time. The early Olmec communities relied heavily on the rivers for survival, using them as highways for transportation, trade, and communication. They practiced agriculture, cultivating maize as a staple crop alongside squash, beans, and cacao. Their ability to thrive in this swampy, riverine landscape speaks to their ingenuity and adaptability. Over time, their villages grew larger, and they began to build ceremonial centers that served as focal points for religious and social life. San Lorenzo, the earliest major Olmec center, rose to prominence around 1200 BCE. Located on a plateau overlooking the Coatzacoalcos River, San Lorenzo became the heart of Olmec culture and power. Here, the Olmec began to display the hallmarks of true civilization: monumental architecture, art, and social organization. They constructed platforms, mounds, and massive drainage systems that demonstrated a remarkable understanding of engineering. These achievements hint at a society that was both stratified and highly organized, with a ruling elite who wielded significant influence over their people. San Lorenzo's most iconic features, however, are the colossal stone heads that have become synonymous with Olmec art. Carved from basalt rock transported over great distances, these massive sculptures depict the heads of rulers or elites wearing helmets, possibly representing warriors or ballplayers. The heads, some weighing over 20 tons, are an enduring testament to the Olmec's artistic skill, organizational capabilities, and ability to mobilize labor on a massive scale. Each head is unique, suggesting that they were portraits of individual leaders, their expressions conveying authority, strength, and power. But San Lorenzo was not the only center of Olmec civilization. As San Lorenzo began to decline around 900 BCE, possibly due to environmental changes or internal conflict, another major Olmec site, La Venta, rose to prominence. Situated on an island in the Tanala River, La Venta became the spiritual and ceremonial center of Olmec culture. It was here that the Olmec reached new heights of artistic and religious expression, creating monumental works that reflected their worldview and devotion to the divine. La Venta is most famous for its Great Pyramid, a massive earth mound that dominates the site. This structure, thought to be one of the earliest pyramids in Mesoamerica, served as a focal point for religious ceremonies. Surrounding the pyramid are altars, stelae, and intricate mosaics made of serpentine blocks arranged in symbolic patterns. These works reveal the Olmec's deep connection to their gods and their understanding of cosmology. The Olmec worldview was shaped by a spiritual and symbolic framework that emphasized the relationship between humans, nature, and the divine. Central to their belief system was the concept of a sacred landscape where mountains, rivers, and caves held spiritual significance. The Olmec believed in a cosmos divided into three realms: the heavens, the earth, and the underworld. Shamans, revered as spiritual intermediaries, played a critical role in Olmec society, performing rituals to communicate with the gods and harness supernatural forces. One of the most striking aspects of Olmec religion is their depiction of supernatural beings and deities. Their art is filled with imagery of jaguars, serpents, and hybrid creatures that blur the boundaries between humans and animals. The Olmec war jaguar is one of the most iconic symbols of their culture, a fusion of human and feline characteristics that represents power, transformation, and the divine. This motif appears repeatedly in Olmec sculptures, masks, and carvings, suggesting its importance in their spiritual life. The Olmec also developed early forms of writing and calendrical systems, marking them as intellectual pioneers. While their writing remains undeciphered, artifacts such as the cascadal block, a stone slab engraved with symbols, hint at the existence of rudimentary script. This discovery challenges our assumptions about the origins of writing in Mesoamerica, suggesting that the Olmec were among the first to experiment with recording information symbolically. Trade played a vital role in the Olmec economy, allowing them to acquire materials such as jade, obsidian, and basalt from distant regions. These materials were used to create tools, ceremonial objects, and artworks that reflected the Olmec's artistic sophistication. Jade, in particular, held special significance for the Olmec, symbolizing life, fertility, and the divine. The intricate jade masks and figurines crafted by Olmec artisans reveal a level of skill and craftsmanship that remains awe-inspiring to this day.